Hello and welcome everybody to the 16th installment of A Murder of Crows, our D&D duet based on Slipping into Shadows, the vampire story set in Stemirohod by Mr. and Mrs. Ball. And the second part is actually out on Kickstarter now, so if you're interested, you can go there and you can support them. You are now with the three ladies, they are kind of probably witches, blood witches as they are called, in the forest, whom you met in the beginning, who were being basically painted as evil by the really evil witch from the little village, where you left Buttercup.
We know better. They are friends.
They are
That's at
friends.
least what we call them.
Yes, they are friends.
We are happy to be back with them and see that they are doing okay. How is the forest? Although that part of the forest didn't look too horrific when we left, right?
It didn't look too horrific, but what they will tell you is that basically the fact that the evil witch was destroyed, and because she had been poisoning the well and she'd been poisoning people and she'd been poisoning the land, as it were, with her evil magics, that has improved. People have, and she says they were lucky in that the vampire horde passed them by and went straight for San Sebastian. So they didn't get attacked. Hope has returned. And I mean, even when people stopped dying and started to eat and get nourishment from the food that they were getting, hope started to return. And the village is recovering.
Good.
And the forest looks good. I mean, Eronia, of course, and all of the other sisters have started to rebuild their, let's say, elements, as it were, and bringing back nature and nurturing nature back to life. And they say it's going to take a long while, but it will recover. And basically then your mother says, well, you want to go back to your own world, and I understand that, but you can always come back. Just find any shining surface, pool of water, a mirror, and call my name. And you will open a portal.
Be lovely. Also visiting friends we made along the way.
Yes.
So I don't have to worry. Buttercup is fine, right? So they took
Buttercup
good
is fine.
care
Yes.
of our little pony.
She's coming with you.
But Lyra would then kneel down and just look at Ruto. Do you want to stay here, or do you want to come with us? Whenever you want to go home, we can send you home then.
He looks at your mother and he says, Your Majesty, if I left, would I be able to return? And she says, Sir Ruto, you will always be welcome at my court. Just stand in front of a shiny surface and call my name. And then he turns to you and he says, well, then I will come with you.
I think you will enjoy our little village.
You were saying that you had a shop there, and that you might
Yes.
be needing a shopkeeper for when you're traveling.
That would be lovely, as long as you can deal with kids. We have regular visitors after school. Good customers, good customers.
I like kids. They are like
Awesome. I
humans,
think that
only smaller.
They will love you for sure.
Then it is settled, says Aduena. Do you want to leave now?
I think we would. Lara would look at Min. Anything else we need to do here?
No, not for the moment. But maybe one day when we return, we can do things here as well.
I would love that.
Then she turns to your mother and she says, Your Majesty, it is a plan for Lyra and myself to go to where I'm from later. Is there anything that I can bring you from my home that you would like? And she looks at her and she says, I believe that you have a stone, semi-precious. It's called jade. I would like something made of jade. And Min looks at her and she says, and I think it should be blue jade because that would go with your black hair. And she nods and she says, I will bring you blue jade, Your Majesty. And then she looks at you and she says, Are you ready?
Yes. Let's go back home. Homelet.
And Adwena makes a sweeping motion with her arm, and before you opens a portal, and through it you can actually see a road.
Mm-hmm.
And it's big, it's tall enough and wide enough for you, even if you were riding on Buttercup, to pass through. And she says, farewell.
Lyra will just run over to her, give her a hug, let go, and run towards her friends. And
she's a
then
bit surprised, but she does hug you back.
Lead Buttercup through, and I think we will just walk.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe we have the backpack, then the backpacks mounted on Buttercup, so Darling is
riding,
has high grounds and can see everything.
She's riding on Buttercup, and so you pass through the gate and you come out on the road that you saw, and the portal closes behind you, and you actually know where you are because that is the road that will take you to Homlet. You're not as far northeast as you were when you went to the castle. Mm-hmm. But you are not too far away, probably maybe half a day, and then you'll be in Homlet.
Awesome.
The weather is fair. Mm-hmm. And and it's also, you notice that it seems like more time has passed maybe than you would have expected because I think you left in early autumn.
Yeah.
So now it's spring.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. So half a year almost has passed. Or maybe 2 seasons have shifted, but maybe more than 2 seasons if it's like several years later. So
then
you don't know.
We will have to see if the village is still the village, if our shop is still there. Maybe they gave up us not returning.
So you travel, and towards the evening...
And during travel, Lyra would tell Ruto all about everyone in the village. So every single one. So like the inn and the village elder and the kids and the nice woodworking family that gave Min work as well, and so on and so on. So Ruto probably by the point we get there has a quite good idea on a lot of people in the village.
Mm-hmm. So you tell him all about the chromatic counter and the River Darling and everything. And after a while, you actually see Homlet come into view. And you arrive. It doesn't really have a gate, so you just basically... come into the village, and the first house that you pass is the stonemason's house. Please roll a d20 for me.
Okay. Oh god, I can't write English anymore. Remember. D20. And 11.
Okay. And the stonemason is actually standing in the garden or in front of their house, and they notice you and they say, "Oh, you're back, Lyra. You
Yes,
missed the Harvest
hi.
Festival."
Well, we missed quite a bit. How long have we been gone?
Well, I would say you left, was it the first week of October?
Yeah, it was early fall, so I suspect like 5 months around-ish, probably.
Yeah, 4.5,
Okay.
5, yes.
Thank goodness, not more.
Not
were
more.
worried
I mean,
that
you must have noticed how much time was passing.
we were not on this. It's difficult.
Make I'm
and
inconspicuous role.
Magic and stuff.
And stuff. You have charisma. You have high charisma, don't you?
I would do persuasion.
Ooh.
With a 20. Just
He
like
doesn't.
it's
He doesn't
nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
it was a big adventure, but we are back.
Nothing to see here, moving swiftly along. La 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 la. He looks at you and he nods, and he's like, "Yeah, time flies when you're having fun, I guess." And
Sure.
And so basically, you pass by the village elder's house, the carpenter, the wheel, and the wainwright.
Or if we pass the village elder, Lyra would knock and see if she's there. Mm-hmm. Or if she's at the inn, which might be also at this time of day.
Okay, I would say she's there because it's evening.
Okay. Then just knocking.
The door opens. Yes. Oh, it's you.
Hi, good evening. I'm sorry we are disturbing you without an announcement.
Well, I mean, this is your home.
Yeah, but
you mean you? Oh, you mean me?
We've been gone. Yes, we've been gone for so long. Just
we were beginning to get worried.
Yes, rightful so maybe. But we're back, all in one piece. And I wanted to ask. We brought a friend, and she will just like push Ruth a little bit in front of her. And would it be okay if he would stay with us for a while? Also
she looks
helping
down
with the shop.
at Ruto.
This is Ruto.
Ruto bows deeply and he says, "Milady, I understand that you are the village elder. My name is Ruto. I am a member of the court of Arduena, and I am here to support the princess and her friend."
I'm not a princess, Ruto. Lyra, we had this point already.
Well, milady. And he's not talking to you, he's talking to the village elder. Mm-hmm. Young Lyra here is the daughter of Queen Arduena, which of course makes her a princess. It's just that she doesn't want to hear it. But basically,
Lyra is standing behind him, just like shaking her head.
But I'm a member of her mother's retinue, and I'm here to, to look after her shop while she's traveling. And he beams at her, and she says, "Well, Master Ruto, or how should I address you?" And he bows deeply and says, "Sir, it is sir. I am a knight errant." "Well, Sir Ruto, welcome to our village, welcome to Homlet, and of course, please stay for as long as you like."
Thank you so much. Then, let's get back home, guys.
You make another d20 roll, please.
Go away. I don't want that. Come on. No. What the heck? It's misbehaving. There we go. And 8.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So as you make your way to your house, you do come across a couple more people. You pass by the inn, and people greet you, but none of your patrons, namely the children, are out. Maybe it's too late.
It's too
in
late,
the evening.
probably.
And then you arrive at your house. You go inside.
Yes.
And it's well kept. I mean, you left you left one of your neighbors in charge, and make a spot hidden. Not spot hidden. Perception. Wrong system.
Wrong system. But no, I still can't see shit.
Well, let's see what we see. Lyra says, "Oh, look. She sold every single last of your bubble gums."
Min says,
Min says, "Oh, look. She sold every last one of your bubble gums."
You mean the candy? The enchanted candy?
Oh, wasn't it bubble gums? I thought. Do you suck on them?
Candy.
Oh, it's sucky sweets. Okay.
Yeah. It's like hard candy, like little ones. Oh, that's not good.
It means you have to make more.
I can't.
Well, then you have to learn.
Well, that would be interesting. A new goal for traveling. Finding a recipe for magical candy.
Speaking of traveling, let's just basically arrive.
I didn't even think about where Ruto could stay. Let's go upstairs. Let's go upstairs and oh God, where do I leave Buttercup? I don't have a stable. Do you have the map of the village by any chance?
Yes, I do. Let me just share.
Don't we have it in room
Yes, we do.
Okay, then.
But it was stupidly aligned by myself, so it's you go to the top, and then it's.
In not in roll 20, but in Legend Keeper.
No, sorry, no.
No.
But here it is.
Okay, so. Wasn't there the possibility to make a picture bigger? Obviously not. That's weird. Then let me just jump over to Legend Keeper.
Or you can just look at the... I hope you're seeing my screen.
I see your screen, but it's too small for me to
okay,
read
that's
anything.
interesting.
And usually I at least thought that you could like zoom in, but I can't, weirdly enough. So, but I'm in Legend Keeper anyhow, so I can open it.
Then I can stop.
At least in theory. If I can find it.
So, like I said, you go to the top.
Yeah, I found it.
Let's
say it's loading. Do we have the map? Oh, there it. What is my computer doing? So there we are. Okay. So I think I will just run over. I will just let Min and Ruto just go upstairs. Darling is doing her thing anyhow. Darling is home. Probably she's doing a control run to see if everything is still where it should be. But Lyra will walk over to the farmer with Buttercup on lead, and will just knock at the door of the farmer across.
Okay, the farmer opens. His name is Maggot. Of course, all farmers are called Maggot. He's a halfling. Ah, it's you. Long time no see.
Yes, we're back.
Well, welcome. Who's we?
You remember my friend that lived with me?
Yeah, the one who worked with the wood turner.
Yes, exactly. She's back as well. And
he looks over your shoulder. But where is she? Oh, you don't have her with you.
No, she's already home.
All right. Oh, I see you have a pony now.
Yes, along the way. Is there any chance that for a few coins I could leave Buttercup with you? I know you have a few stables for donkeys and so.
Yeah, but why would you want to give me coins?
Or because she's eating your food?
Well, I mean, at the moment, we have enough hay. If we ever run out of hay and I have to buy, then I will come to you. Follow me. We'll take her to the barn where everybody else is.
Awesome, awesome. So
you basically have to cross his fields, and there's the barn to the
towards the barn, yeah.
northeast. And he opens the barn door, and in there are a couple of ponies and donkeys. And they basically neigh, and it's one of those open stables where they can actually walk around if they like, but they all have kind of like there's like a trough for the water, and there's a trough for hay, and they've got a little hay strewn in that they can lie on.
perfect.
And then at the back, there is also a hay loft, which they can't reach, obviously, because they would have to climb a ladder. And he says, well, you see, up there, we've got more than enough hay.
Awesome. Thank you for giving her space. And she will just talk to Buttercup for a few moments, just like, this is your new, well, home. We are just across the street, and we'll visit you every day.
Make an animal handling check.
And 18.
Buttercup nuzzles you and does the sound, and then the ears
Scritches.
come to the front.
Scritches behind the ears, and probably giving her the last little bit of travel, like, I don't know, carrot or salad or grass or whatever I have. And then say goodbye, or good night, not goodbye, good night to Buttercup. Also looking at the farmer, and just a question by any chance, do you have some let me check what I usually buy from him. I think it's eggs. Eggs, let me see, I wrote it down. I'm not sure where, but I know I've seen it. What the heck? I'm hallucinating. But I'm quite sure it would be eggs. And I'm not sure if they also have bread. Bread would be more the bakery, hey?
Let's see. Where's my trusty dial? I'm gonna say...
farm. From the farm, I bought bread and eggs. The trader had clothes, and
Okay,
the
on
farm
an
gave us
8,
wool.
he's out of bread, but he does have eggs.
Okay, then I would buy like a few eggs, so at least we can have a little snack.
And then he says, on a 12, I do have flour if you want to make your own bread.
That might be a good option, yes. So we will also buy some flour.
So he gives you flour, and he says, what else do you need? Butter, milk?
But both, if you have, just a tiny bit to keep us going, that would be lovely.
So he hands you a bottle of milk and, well, a jug, really. They don't have bottles, they have jugs, earthenware jugs, and butter.
Thank you so much. And I will pay a little bit more than I need to.
Okay, so considering that you don't have yeast or anything, what you can do is you can just basically mash up the flour with water, put in a little bit of salt, which you do have in the shop, and a little bit of sugar, and then you make like unleavened bread, as it were. And basically, yeah, you cook some food.
It also depends. I'm not sure if we would cook or leave this more for breakfast around-ish.
Yeah.
Because I think Lyra would ask if everyone would like to go to the inn and see if we can grab proper food.
Okay. Well, actually, everybody's really happy with this idea. Darling will let you know that she believes that there's a vermin infestation, and she's going to go hunting.
And I will leave one little bowl with milk for her.
She smells it, and she accepts your offer.
Good.
It'll do.
It'll do.
It could be better if it were cheese, but
We don't have cheese, darling. I'm sorry.
she looks at you.
We will get some, but not tonight.
Okay, I mean, she's not convinced that there isn't any cheese. She's just thinking you're not trying hard enough.
Lyra will just give her a little pat, and then off we go to the inn.
Well, the inn isn't far away. You passed it, and there you are. And you walk in, and yeah, there is no music playing on a one, but it is very well frequented. So, but you do get a table if you like.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Also, then just waving at the banks are the banks are the one running the inn. Shania,
Shania, yeah.
Shania is the mother, yeah. Minna was the name of the village elder. I cannot speak English today.
And Shania comes over and she says, "Oh, well, you're back. We were a little bit worried."
I know it took us a bit longer than planned, but we brought a friend. Rudo. This is Shania Banks. She's the innkeeper.
Milady, and he bows really deeply. "I am so enchanted to meet you. My name is Ruto. I'm a knight-errant and member of the retinue of the Queen Adwena, who is..."
He will just get a kick below the table to his knee.
And
He's a dear friend. We met along the way. He's never been around here, so he will be guest for a while.
She looks at him and she says, "Well, you and I will have a talk later, Master Ruto. What can I get you?"
Whatever you have as daily menu today.
They have carp stew.
That sounds lovely. And some water and some wine, please.
And of course, bread.
And bread, yes.
Would you like the carp stew with our specialty dumplings?
Yes.
Ruto is excited, and Min is even more excited because she really, really loves dumplings. It's an obsession of hers. So basically, a couple of minutes later, the food comes around because obviously it's already been boiling, I don't know for how many hours. So it's just a matter of putting it into bowls, and you get your food and you get your drink, your water and your wine. Ruto actually likes wine. He is...
yeah, I thought by now. I'm not sure. Min is not the biggest drinker, I think, but I'm not sure. But Lyra for sure would enjoy a glass of wine. Just to have it there, but water as well. Also, as soon as Shania, brain, leaves the table, Lyra will just lean over to Ruto. "No one needs to know who I am. This will make more problems. Please keep it to yourself." That's the one thing I'm asking when you're here. Please.
Of course, Lyra.
Thank you.
Although I don't understand why you would not want anyone to know your lineage. It is...
I just want to be one of the people here. They will treat me different. They will keep me at distance, and they will wonder and why the heck I'm here. I don't want to cause any problems. They know me as Lyra before I even knew who I was. Oh God.
It's the hot soup and the dumplings.
Yep, it is.
And he looks at you and he says, "Well, I do not really understand, but if this is your express wish..."
It is the one thing I ask of you.
Min looks at Ruto and she says, "In this particular instance, I understand it, and not even I would tease her with it.
I'm just glad to be back. And I want to enjoy it here.
So, of course, the chairs are way too high for Ruto, so he's sitting there dangling his legs. And then food is served, and he basically then tucks in, and so does Min. And I suppose you start eating as well. The food is really
Yes.
good, as usual. The wine is okay. And yeah, and basically lots of people come in, say hi to you when they see you, ask where you've been and how you are, and so what do you tell them?
I think mainly the people get the answer that we traveled. Let me see. North. We went north, right? Northeast.
Northeast, yeah.
And we got lost a little bit, so it took us time to find our way back.
Okay, and they are curious to know, how did you spend the winter? Because it was actually quite a severe winter. There was a lot of snow, and was it not snowing in the Northeast?
Where we were, there was no snow. It was grey. It was not really comfortable, but it was not winter.
But now you're
Much
back,
milder
and
climate.
we're looking forward to a good year. We believe that the weather will be fine this year.
Perfect. And also Lara will ask just if there are any new things happened in the village. I don't know. Anyone marry, kids?
Well, we have had a couple of births, which we were kind of expecting, but maybe you didn't. Nobody knew when you were leaving because that was 6 months ago. So, but yes, we've got 2 new kids.
That is fun to hear.
Simon and Camilla.
Good names. And Lyra will just enjoy the food. She will have small talk with the people around.
And people do small talk with you. Min isn't a small talk person, but she's friendly enough so people don't take it badly, but she's the quiet type. And Ruto is, well, lots of people look at Ruto because it's not often the case that you see a 1 meter tall or 80 centimeter tall mouse with
I think by the end, everyone in here knows him. So everyone who's talking with Lyra, she will always introduce
and he
her
always
new
bows
friend.
and says he's very enchanted to meet people, but he doesn't say anymore who he is beyond that he's Ruto and a knight errant.
And what Lyra would give to Ruto, it's totally fine that he says he's a knight errant of Queen Arduena, but that's then the end of basically the sentence. We don't need to point out that I am part of this gang.
He nods. You can see in his face that he finds it very confusing and possibly at some point makes the conscious decision to say as little as possible just in order not to betray any confidences, because to him this is like, why would anyone want to hide such an important piece of information, and also such a strong lineage which everybody would be proud of? But he it's clear he doesn't get it, because in his socialization it is important that everybody knows what your lineage is, because that explains how you fit in the social strata of your world.
It would lead to Lyra not being part of the social structure anymore, which is exactly what we do not want. But Lyra would be totally fine, as I said, if he mentions that he works for Queen Arduena, because that is a point to be proud about. That is totally fine. No one has any idea who she is, so
yeah,
it will not hurt. But that would be the day. And I think after a lovely meal and wine and sitting around a little, we would say goodnight to everyone and go back to our little home. And I think Lyra has a small room that she's emptying for Ruto. It's a bit smaller than what Min and Lyra have, but it's a small room, and at the moment it will be mainly blankets and so on. But tomorrow we will get you a proper mattress.
Oh, thank you very much.
If you want it a bit softer, you could also. Would we have a couch? No, a couch is not
No,
a thing
I don't
in
think
that
you
time.
do.
So
But
it
the
would be
thing
like
is,
a bench or chairs or so, yeah.
since he is small, if you just give him a big enough cushion or pillow, he can lie on that, because I mean he is only 80 centimeters, so he will be fine. And interestingly
Yeah,
enough,
but the pillows should be too small for that, I'm quite sure. If you think about an old pillow size, that's not far enough.
yeah, but
So,
he's fine. But I mean, you have been
but
traveling
we
with him.
we will do blankets, folding them up so it's a little bit soft. And as I said, tomorrow Lyra will get proper bedding for him.
And as you're getting ready for bed, Darling comes and she looks at you, she looks at Min, and then she goes to where Ruto is setting up his bed and curling up next to him.
Wise choice. With a grin to Min.
Well, he will probably sleep really softly tonight.
And warm, for sure. Also for Ruto as well as Min, this is their home now, so they can eat, drink, whatever they like, what is there. Just put it on the little chalkboard if it's empty, so we can get a bit more.
Oh, you've got it all figured out. Okay, I
Yes.
see. Yeah, okay. And then basically you go to sleep. Or are you going to set up a watch, or are you just going to lock the shop and then just go to sleep?
It's just locking the shop and go to sleep. Like, this is her safe space. She does not feel in any kind of danger around here. I think this is the first time she just relax and fall asleep.
Did you actually ever set up any wards around the shop? I can't remember.
No.
You didn't, did you? Okay, so you go to sleep.
Yep.
And the next
We
morning...
have a darling.
Yeah, that's
that
true, you have
might
Darling.
be willing to warn us if someone is in danger.
Unless they pay the cheese toll. In that case, it's not clear. I don't know, how do you wake up in the next morning, because you don't have an alarm clock? Do you just...
Usually with sun is rising and you hear the roosters on the farm. I think that is her like alarm sign of just slowly waking up, stretching, and then going to the kitchen to set up some warm water. Or hot water.
Okay, the rooster, his name is Gerald, crows very loudly. And you wake up. Lynn also wakes up, and Ruto wakes up, Darling wakes up. And Lynn says, I could have done with a couple more hours.
You can turn around. We have nothing planned today.
But you're gonna make breakfast, so no.
I can wait with breakfast. I can just do a tea.
And then do what? Just sit around and be bored? No, we're all getting up.
No, I would get the mattress for Ruto and also put in the name of the lady who ran the store for us the time we left. I don't think, did we ever write down the name?
Anthony, Tabitha, Tyrrell with Anric and Silas are the traders. Did you mean the traders?
No. I think we just talked to the Elder, and she said they will take care of it. I think we never put a name on it.
What do you mean by shopkeeper? Oh, you mean the person who was looking after your shop while you... Oh, sorry. I thought, you wanted to... That's true. She said she was going to they were going to take care of it. So,
but I would know who it is, so
yeah.
I would say...
So I would actually say it was Anthony and Tabitha Tyrrell, who would have been looking after your shop, considering that they have a shop themselves, so they know how to run a shop. So yeah, you would go to the traders, and yeah.
And the traders might be also a good place to get some kind of mattress or more blankets, whatever.
So they're kind of like distance traders. So people would come and sell stuff to them, which they would then resell to. Yeah. Okay.
So I would just basically in the morning have a tea. I would send Min back to sleep, Ruto whatever he likes, to be honest. He can also curl back up.
No, of course he won't, because now he sees that you're awake and he will never be able to shake that. He looks a bit tired.
Just let him be. Are you sure you don't want to? Come on, a little bit more sleep. Keep Darling company. She will be happy about it.
Darling would be totally happy because Darling, like every other cat, sleeps about 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
So she basically turns over and starts purring and snoring.
For the next big adventure, so.
And Ruto kind of, he's fighting it, but he just goes to sleep. So you have the morning to yourself. Nobody's bothering you. You can do whatever you like.
I will leave basically after a cup of tea and just getting ready. I will say hello to Buttercup, just giving her scritches, and then going to the trader to tell them, hey, I'm back. Thank you so much for taking care. We will go to Linolin in a little bit, so if they have anything we should grab for them there and bring back, they should just let me know. They can take like 2 or 3 days time. We will take a few days before we leave.
They will say yes, definitely, and they will give you some money that you can rent a cart. Or you bring Buttercup and take... it would be easier to bring Buttercup and take the cart.
We just need a cart, yes, just a small one.
They will give you a cart.
That would be lovely.
Yeah. And they will have a list. It's all stuff that comes from the sea, so sea trade, so perfect. Glassware and that kind of thing.
Then I can grab the card and the list when we are ready to go. Also looking then for mattress or said blankets for Ruto.
Of course. Basically, they give you a mattress and what you need.
Perfect. And then with big thank yous, I would move on to buy some bread and some cheese.
Yeah. So and they can sell you this as well as whatever else you want.
Yeah. And then I think bread and cheese is the only thing I need at the moment. Maybe some vegetables, although for vegetables I might ask the farmer as well. Like to get some potatoes and maybe some mushrooms, you know, just a little bit, carrots, whatever they have at the moment. And then full arms full shopping done, returning back home. And the shop today will be closed, so the sign is on closed.
Okay, so as you're returning, you see the first children. And they're like, oh, you're back. They ran out of candy.
I know. It will take me a little bit to make new ones.
So you're going to make more because I really, really want to get purple hair again.
We will try. I'm as I said, it takes a little bit, and we have a short trip to Linolin ahead, so I will do it afterwards. We'll have to wait a little bit.
All right.
But thank you for buying all of them.
Mom said you had a really giant mouse with you.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think he's still asleep.
He can talk?
Sure, he's a knight. He can even fight very, very well.
Whoa. Has he been on adventures?
Yes, with us, and he had a lot of adventures on his own.
Cool.
Maybe come by in the afternoon. He will be awake then.
Oh, he's asleep.
Yes, we came back yesterday evening and just were a bit tired after long travel home.
Okay, we'll come back later. And they're kind of like jumping up and down, and they're going to tell everyone and their grandmother that they're going to see the giant mouse in the afternoon. So expect visitors. You may want to
That is
stock up
fine.
on non-magical candy or something.
And I probably have non-magical candy still somewhere in the corner because it keeps quite well if you keep it dry and out of the sun. And then go upstairs. Just like having a peek if by now everyone is awake. Probably not. Maybe
They
now
are.
when Okay. Ready for breakfast, guys?
You have cheese with you.
Yes.
So Darling sits in front of you. She demands the cheese toll.
I will first do Roto's bed, and then you'll get cheese starting. She will just put the shopping for the kitchen there, and then she will just step over Darling and will
Darling
make
eyes the
Roto's-
shopping bag as if it
Don't
was...
you dare, young lady. If you try this no cheese for the next weeks. Wait patiently.
Okay,
I know
you're
you
talking to a
understand
cat.
me.
Cats and patients don't... They're anathema.
I will throw you out. No stealing.
Okay, the cat, Darling, turns around and she ignores you with every hair on her body. Her ears ignore you. Her back ignores you. Her paws ignore you.
That is fine. I will make Ruto's room, probably with his help, just a little bit more cozy and comfy. And then going into the kitchen, breakfast, eggs, bread, few shrooms with it, and just I will put out a few pieces of cheese on a plate on the floor, and Darling can decide if she's willing to take them or not. And then setting up tea or coffee, depending on what the other two also want.
Everybody enjoys the food. Darling keeps ignoring you while she's eating the cheese.
That is fine.
That is fine, fine. It's all fine.
And I will tell
Min looks at you and
Roto
says,
that
"What's with you
in
and
the-
Darling? Did you have a falling out?"
Yes, I told her she cannot have cheese when she wants. She has to wait until I'm ready to give it to her. I know, how dare I?
Wow, that was very daring of you.
I put Ruto over Darling, which probably does not cope well with her self-esteem.
Yes, a giant mouse versus Her Majesty, the Queen Cat.
She will get over it. Hey, she ate
Probably.
the cheese, so it's not full hatred.
So, what are we gonna do now?
So Ruto will get the info that in the afternoon a lot of the kids will show up because they heard there is a mouse and they are curious to meet them.
Clinker?
Also, we will get out. I have at least normal candy, so at least they can maybe buy that and be happy, or we can just gift it to them. That's fine. And Min, I already talked to the trader family that I already ignored the name, and
Tyrrell.
Tyrrell. Let me write it down. Trader. When we go to Linolin, they would have a card for us and a little bit of a shopping list. Just as thank you that they looked after everything here.
Well then, all right. So,
What do you think about like staying for 2 or 3 days here? Just
yeah.
taking a breather, relax, It would be nice not to worry for a few days.
Absolutely.
Also, it would help that I can show Ruto around, that he knows where what is in the shop and so on. And then we can head out and kill Casimir.
Yes, we have a plan.
Yes.
So in the afternoon, the kids come. They are kind of like, this is a giant mouse. Well, he does explain to them that he's a knight errant, considering that he is, of course, impeccably mannered and that he's wearing a tabard with the crest of arms and everything, and, with a coat of arms and everything. And he has kind of like full regalia. He has a shield. He has his sword. They are really like, and he does tell them stories, and you learn a lot about Saruto. Saruto is actually already quite old. He's about 150 years old, and he's seen a lot of things. He's been with Her Majesty for just as long, and he tells them all about his home life and what it's like to be a knight, and and he's a really good storyteller. And they really enjoy it.
That is very good to know. And as I said, I will give out a little bit of normal candy. Also telling the kids it's not magical, it's still tasty.
They really enjoy it. And then basically after a while, I would say he entertains them for about 3 hours flat. But then he does send them home because it's like 5 o'clock. And he says, well, now you need to run along. And they leave. And then Min insists on doing dinner.
Perfect.
And she does dinner. And then the next day, you basically explain to Ruto how to run a shop.
Yes. So we will do how to run a shop, at least a little bit, also showing him around the village, that he knows where to get what if he needs to restock the pantry or so. So he knows the farmers there. Also clearly saying hello to Buttercup, like every morning. And I'm just showing him around that he knows where everything is.
Okay, so do you want to do anything else, or shall we jump?
No, I think we can jump. So it's mainly for Lyra just enjoying being home, for Ruto to know the place. For Min, I think maybe also time to just breathe and relax a little bit, because it has been intense. And then I think after 2 more nights, we would then leave early in the morning for Linolin, and we will clearly pick up Buttercup and the cart then and the shopping list for Tara.
Yeah, the shopping list is really stuff that comes from overseas, basically anything to do with glasses, glasswares, because they cannot be sourced here. And so you have a list. They also tell you they have which warehouses on the harbor have these. So they want you to not go to they want you to go wholesale, not retail, because obviously they're going to buy lots. And also a particular type of oil. So basically this is lamp oil, but it's made from something else, because here you basically use animal fat to burn.
Yeah.
And you put the wick in. But there is something that is called stone oil. So it's from overseas, and it is different. So it's basically petroleum. Okay. And they want you to buy some of that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so you make your way north past the church towards Linolin. It's about a day's journey, a day's easy journey. You don't have to push yourselves. It's a very well-traveled road, and so it's also in very good repair. The weather is fine again. And do you want to do anything special, or will we just travel and then arrive?
I think we will just travel if nothing crosses
What do you
our way.
take with you?
Well, Buttercup.
Yes, yeah. I mean personal belongings, because you are going to kill someone. And at the moment, the only thing that you know how to do is fly for about 30 seconds and possibly heal.
Well, I have my quarterstaff with me, which also
Okay.
makes sense if we're going on a walk, to be
Yeah.
honest. And I still have the ring on me. Oh, cook, I can kick out a katana. I still have the ring. And I will have my armor on, because honestly, we are traveling the road. Anyone could go with us. So I think, and clearly a pouch with money. I would also have. Do I have a short bow? Yeah, my short bow would be with me as well. Would it? No, I would not have my short bow with me. It wouldn't make sense to have it, I think. And I would clearly have a greater healing potion in my bag as well.
Okay.
And the necklace is obviously around my neck. I'm not taking that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be it.
Okay. Cool. Then you arrive in Linolin. So are you going to, where are you going to stay? Or are you going to go to Casimir straight away and just basically kill him and then camp out in his place?
We would stay at an inn, not
Okay.
too close to his place. Somewhere not too fancy, but decent, clean, where we could also leave Buttercup for a night.
Okay, so Linolin is a very big city. It's a walled city with a walled harbor, and it's built in rings. So basically, they have like the well, the let's say the temporal and the spiritual center is at the top, so like almost like an acropolis. So that's where the main churches are. That's where the village, the town. Well, it's a city hall, really. So that's where the mayor has his office, blah blah blah. And then around it are the different rings, because it's also kind of like built on a on a hill, more or less. And is he a merchant, or what does he go by, Casimir?
It would be merchant. He has his store where he's selling things from potions over knickknacks, a few magical items.
Then he would
that
be
are
on
not
the
too
third
big.
ring from the top. So you come in at the fifth ring, which is at the bottom. And that's also the ring where the harbor is, because obviously the lowest ring is also the ring that's at sea level. That's also where all of the inns are for travelers, because
then we would
that's where
stay
they
there.
go. And so do you want to stay more in the harbor region, or do you want to
Yes.
stay? Okay, so you find and it's called the Broken Mast, and it actually has a broken mast as its the broken mast of a ship. And because you lived there, that although it sounds tragic, it's actually a good story, because the broken mast that is in the basically the inn broke off from a ship, and the ship normally, when a mast is broken, the ship usually is then condemned and people will simply die at sea. But the mast broke, fell onto the ship, and then they believe that it was the gods that basically propelled the ship, and the ship made it to Linolin. Everyone survived. The ship sank in the harbor, and basically the captain and two of his crew decided that this was a sign from the gods to not go back to sea. And then they opened the inn, called it the Broken Mast, brought in the mast, because the mast, unlike the ship, didn't sink. It floated in the harbor and it was rescued and salvaged. And so that's why it's called the Broken Mast. And lots of superstitious sea personnel come here and basically touch it because they believe that it's a lucky thing.
Okay.
And
After we basically like checked in, make sure Buttercup is in stable and well fed, Lyra would just tug me in. Should we at least have a walk towards the shop and see
absolutely.
how it's going, and maybe we can already buy one or two things on the list for Tara.
She looks at me and said, "Oh, I thought you meant go in there and spy on him and buy stuff because he would definitely recognize you." No, I
just,
get what you were saying.
Just outside, just see if it's still there. You never know.
Okay, so first of all, you go and do your little shopping. So you see the big...
shopping would be on the back.
Oh, would be on, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so you basically, okay, then do you want to hide? Do you want to be stealthy? How do you want to do this?
We want to be stealthy. So Lyra would try to, try to mingle with people and stay more in the shadows. Just having a peek at the store from outside.
Okay, so you want to mingle. So give me a charisma save.
Not a stealth?
No, I want to try this where you actually describe what you do and then we pick what's best, because you're trying to, well, you can also do stealth unless I would expect your charisma to be better.
The thing is, if I just do charisma, it's not helping me because that is weaker than any other thing that I'm proficient with.
I thought you were proficient in charisma. So what's your save?
You can't be proficient in... You have your proficiency bonus. That is on certain things that you do. You're never proficient with a...
What is your charisma saving throw?
It's a 9.
Okay, then can you do me a favor? And I just want to see what happens when you roll on your when you roll your saving throw for charisma.
It's an 11.
Okay. Then try stealth.
I'm not sure if charisma would be the right thing, because
then
charisma is interacting with people.
That's fine. Then try stealth.
I want to hide it with people.
Okay.
So 17.
Yes, you're hiding.
So the main question is the store still there?
Yeah, the store is still there.
Is it open? Because
what is it called?
Does
it have a name?
It does. It's called the Starry Night.
Okay. Would it be open normally at this time of day?
Yes.
Yeah,
if the other stores are still up, he will keep it
then it's open, yes.
And when we peek inside, because there will be at least one window for a shop to look in. It's not just a door. There will be a window so we can peek in. Would he be behind the counter, or can we see Ruben behind the counter? Or someone completely different. You never know.
Okay, so first of all, describe to me what you would normally see in the shop. Not the people, but what would the shop look like? What is it like?
It's a cluttered shop. Honestly, it's probably not too far away from look and feel what Lyra did. Lyra is trying to keep it sorted, but not the best way. So you see a wooden counter where you also have the cash, basically, where you pay, or where usually Casimir, or when Lyra was still there, Lyra was standing behind the counter to talk to whoever is coming inside, to help them, to sell them. And then the rest of the shop are just rows of shelves with things on there, and in the middle a big table where there are some things there as well, and it's a mix of little trinkets, some potions, some books for sure. So anything that might have a hint of magical thing, or also a few things that look magical but they are not. It's a mix. It's a colorful shop as well. So it draws at least curious people usually in. Not everyone is buying, but people like to snoop around a little.
Okay. Well, he is there, but you can't see anyone else except for 2 people who are browsing.
Okay. At least he's there. Shop is still there.
Describe him. Who is he? What is he like?
He is... Oh God, did I ever?
He's a human, isn't he?
No.
No?
I'm quite sure he's a tiefling.
Oh, he is a tiefling too. Okay.
I think so. Let me double check if I have. Did I ever make a picture of Casimir? That's a good question. Obviously not when I look at what I have, because I have literally not even a folder for Lyra on my PC. Didn't I write more backstory on Lyra than the little bit? So he's a tiefling. Definitely.
Okay.
So he's the cliche red skin, black horns tiefling.
Okay.
He's quite tall, not as tall as Lyra, maybe with the horns because they're going up. But he's definitely still tall compared to normal sized humans. He is wearing colorful robes, probably like purple bluish, to go good in contrast with his skin color as well. With a little bit of embroidery, so he looks fancy and like he's money. He's not, but he at least looks like the thing. And he has always a smile. He is always upfront. If you meet him, he's always friendly. And yeah, I think he will have probably even dark eyes as well. Like very almost black, not 100% black, but going to black eyes as well. Dark brown.
Okay.
And when you see him smile, his teeth are a little bit pointy, but all of them. It's so he learned quite quickly that smiling is not too big of a smile, because sometimes people are a bit like, oh. And he's charming as hell.
Okay.
At least towards customers.
Okay. I see.
But he was also very good in like selling trinkets, promising they would do something and then they didn't. Never in extremely valuable things, because he knew that it would bite him, but in the small things, right? So like a little locket or a cute little comb or like a small thing, not too expensive, that in the end did not do, but the people would not be bothered to return them.
Okay. Okay. Good. What do you want to do?
After I've seen that he's there, I would grab him in and let's do some shopping and then return, get some food, get some sleep.
Okay.
I want to be here in the morning as soon sunset is there. We
Okay.
need to go in the shop before people start crowding the streets and go shopping.
But or maybe we should just get to him at night.
That might also be an option. Then let's get some food and then return.
Okay. Then let's do
So
that.
we do tiny bit of shopping, not the whole list, but a few things along the way. Grab dinner and then return to the Starry Night. Literally when it's Starry Night. Maybe, hopefully, we will see.
Okay. Then let's do that. So you go shopping. And you find the stuff that you want. It's not that difficult, actually. And yeah, so you you have to put in an order. So basically, it'll take them until the next evening. Basically, you would have to stay in town for 2 days because they need to prepare everything.
Okay. Do we have that much that we need to stay? Because then we would not. Lyra wants to be out the next day. We are murdering someone. We can't stay in the city to be caught and thrown in prison. So we would buy from the shopkeepers whatever we can grab and take.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest we would just not.
Okay, that's fine. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can get some of the things, but you can't get all of the things.
As I said, this evening it's just along the way the few things we can grab, and tomorrow would be at least a chance to have a few more shops to look at before we head out.
Mm-hmm.
Or we head out directly because we have to flee. We will have to see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Okay, so you arrive in your room. You have in your inn. You have something to eat, I suppose.
Yep.
And then you go to your room. So basically, Min says, so do we want to just wait until maybe early morning, 1 o'clock, and then just break in?
Yeah, let's break in at midnight. Usually he should be asleep, or he's in a cellar creating things. We will see.
All right. Make a d20 roll for me, please.
Okay.
Okay.
That is a 4.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then you basically, how do you get ready?
Lara will just walk out the door. She has everything on her anyhow. There's no getting ready. I'm not sure if Min needs to get ready.
No, she is a weapon.
Yeah, that's it's just okay, it's time to leave and we
Okay,
will
so
leave.
you leave, you go to that place. If you were to break in, how would you go about it? Does it have like a
Front.
back entrance or?
I think the city, since you said it's big, it's probably house next to house next to house. So it needs to be the front door, because here I think as well, at least I imagine it, there is a cellar that you can go down through like a trapdoor in the floor. And in the back there are 2 rooms and a stairway up, so he's living above the store basically. So it's like a 2-story. The lower floor or the ground floor is the store, and the floor above is where he sleeps. And if he creates things or do magic or talks to the Sparta, he's down in the cellar usually.
Okay. So, and the door to the cellar is also at the front.
It's in the. I think it's. Would it be in the shop? No, it would be in one of the back rooms on the ground floor.
Okay, so Min looks
it.
at you and she says, "Do you want me to climb to the back of the house and then open one of the windows and let you in through the front door, or do you want me to break open the front door?"
Let's try to open the front door. The one thing I'm curious, if they would have had in the past like a secret place where the key to the store was stored, just in case. No, like people do also with their home.
Well, I mean, I leave that up to you, but you have a master thief with you.
Is she? She's a monk. She's not a thief.
Well, she has thieves' tools and proficiency in them, as well as carpenter's tools. It comes from the background.
Okay, she never had to use that before, so Lyra has
No, that's how
idea.
you met. She was breaking in.
Yeah, not very well.
That's because I rolled for you.
So yeah, let's try. Would he? And the problem is he would enchant the lock for sure, so no one can break in easily. Huh. You can't do dispel magic, can you?
No, can you?
I don't know. I could in the past. Let me check. Could I do an Arcana roll just to have
Absolutely.
a look at at what I can see.
Are you proficient in Arcana?
Yes.
Okay.
A 12. It's not the best roll, but it's okay.
What are you trying to do with that roll?
Just finding out what kind of... If there's magic on the lock.
Yes, there is.
And to maybe have a rough idea if it's more like alarm, alarm, or fire in the face option.
Okay, now I leave it up to you. What is more likely, knowing Casimir?
I think more alarm, alarm. He's still in the middle of the city.
Okay.
And I don't think he wants to cause too many problems. At least I suspect. And the question is Lyra is now really focusing
It's
on
abjuration.
this. Yeah. And would just concentrate on how she's done it in the past. Just whispering the spell to herself and just focusing on, I know how to undo this. I did this. I need to, maybe I still have this. And she will just try to dispel the magical part of the lock. It will not unlock the door, but it would... If it goes bad, set off the alarm, and if it goes well...
So how does dispel magic work? Do you cast it and then it just works, or how does it work?
Any spell of third or lower level, or it's a good question. Is alarm, which level is alarm? I am not sure. Let me see. I don't have the spells open. Grimoire. Alarm. Alarm is a level 1, so it would just vanish in this case.
Okay, so what you notice is that this feeling that you had that there was magic is gone.
Mm-hmm.
The lock still looks the same. There is nothing you can see on it, but it feels different.
I'm not sure. I think I might have undone them. We will see. Give it a try to unlock the lock.
Have your staff at the ready.
Yes.
She has a dirty 20.
Holy moly.
She opens the door. The lock is butter in her fingers. It melts. She says, all right. Well, I mean, I don't know if it was magical or not, but I can tell you that technically speaking, it's a boring lock.
Well, I'm glad that you can open it, because I would not have been able to.
Well, I must be good for something. Then she slowly turns the handle and opens the door inch by inch. And then she stops breathing. Give me a perception check. Ooh, natural 20. Okay, she hears everything.
I hear nothing.
Mm-hmm. She says, I don't think that he's asleep. I can hear a voice. I can hear voices. No, it's just one voice. From the basement.
Then he's enchanting, or he's trying to talk to the Sparta, depending on how it's going. Let's sneak inside if we're standing out here with a half-open door.
Okay, stealth check.
Yes, before we do that...
Yeah.
I think Lyra would not even really think about it. It's more an instinct. Again, a thing that she actually knew how to do it. But she would just hold Min's shoulder and focus a little bit. And if you let it be, both would turn invisible, which give them or advantage on stealth checks.
Okay, so my question is, when someone turns invisible and they hold up their hand in front of themselves, do they still see their hand, or do they also don't see themselves?
That is a good question. I would imagine that you can see yourself, because if not, you would be absolute contrary of stealthy, because you would run and everything,
Yeah.
because you would not have an idea of depth of mind. So I think you can see yourself, but maybe you are shimmering a little or so. So you see that something
Okay,
is
so
not
she
like
knows
it
that she
is.
has been changed in a way.
And I think Lyra would be astonished herself and be like, "Oh, it worked. We're both invisible. Sorry, not asking you, but it might help."
You mean I'm invisible?
Yes.
That is so cool.
Because she can't see Lyra. Lyra is invisible too. She can only hear Lyra. That's the thing. Lyra is definitely... And Lyra can feel Min, but as soon as he takes off the hand, Min is basically also...
Gone. Okay.
Gone.
So where do we need to go?
Well, follow me is now a bad idea, right? And we just see the door slowly closing behind the girls.
Yeah.
Well, clearly we need to be careful, but you see the door there, just next to the counter. That's going to a back room, and there is a trapdoor down to the cellar.
Okay.
The question is if we first want to go up and see if Ruben is there to get him out.
Sure. We have to be quiet though, right? They can still hear us?
Yes, they can hear us, but we should be a bit more stealthy than usual.
25.
Let's see how it is with advantage.
Oh.
Double
Okay.
25. We are silent as hell. And from that back door, there you can see a stairway going up. So we should try that.
Okay, so you go up the stairwell quietly,
Yeah.
and then she pauses and she says, "But if we're invisible, he can't see us. How are you going to talk to the guy, to the child? If he just hears your disembodied voice, he might actually get a fright."
Then maybe he should see us. But let's first see where he is.
Okay, you go upstairs.
Yes.
Where would he be?
I think he and Lyra had to share a little room where basically there were only 2 beds in there and a little trunk, and that's it. And at least Lyra suspects he's still there. So she would go towards the door and she would tell Min, like, it's the second door to the right. And it's definitely not locked. Because fear is a good thing to keep people inside, right?
Okay, so before we go in, tell us a little bit about Ruben. Who is he? How old is he? And what is he to you?
Ruben is a little tiefling boy. I think he was white-skinned or black-skinned. I'm not sure because I couldn't find it in my notes. I think he was white-skinned. And Casimir picked him up like 4 or 5 weeks before Lyra decided to run and flee. So basically, Lyra had already exactly the plan how she would get out, but a few things were not ready yet, and the situation was not perfect to get you got together and run.
Okay.
And I'm quite sure that also Ruben joining them threw her off a little, because it was, oh god, there's someone else. What do I do? Do I try to get him out as well? Or do I just save myself? I don't think she has an extremely tight connection to him. But still, they are both... They were there for a time in the same situation.
Okay.
And she tried to help him as quick as can to settle in and not anger Casimir. So do what he says, do it like this. He likes his tea in the morning, like with a piece of sugar, and all the little things to keep him happy. She would have shared with him to give him an easier in, but on the day where the possibility was there to flee, she just ran because she couldn't take Ruben with her.
Okay.
And he's like, I think like 5 or 6 years old.
So he's a child.
He's a child.
Okay. Okay, so you go to the door.
So by
Behind
now he
which-
would be 7-ish,
But still a
8-ish,
child.
Probably still a child, yeah. But I think he would be around 8. Because Lyra was already in Hamlet for a while when Min joined. So yeah, I think like 8 years old.
So you go to the door behind which your room was. You open the door and you see. Is it as bad as the place under the staircase in the Dursley house?
Kind of. The room is a little bit bigger, obviously. It has normal ceiling height. It would be weird if the ceiling here would be... Although probably here
It could slant.
The roof is making it smaller. It's clean, but it's really bare wooden floor, just not the freshest walls. It's clean because Casimir always took care of, especially for Lyra and for Ruben probably as well. We were working on the shop. We needed to look healthy and well clean and well behaved. So he at least took care that there was always food on the table and that everything was clean and we could wash and all that stuff. But it's just without any personal things. It's just 2 wooden beds with a mattress probably of straw, not very thick, 2 wool blankets. And as I said, a little trunk where you could place some clothings, because we would have clothings for being in a shop, which is
What
the
about
nice one.
toys?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's deprivation.
Maybe if he was in a good mood. I could imagine that over the years Lyra could have a few things here and there if he was on a good day. Not sure if Ruben...
Well, he's
after this
probably not had a
time-
very good day since you ran away because he's still fuming.
Maybe. So, I'm not sure if Ruben was lucky so far.
Roll a d20 with disadvantage to see if Ruben has a toy.
Oh god, poor boy. So, 20 and a 20. So it's a 3.
No, Ruben does not have any toys. You open the door and you see the beds. One of them isn't made, so basically there's just the mattress there, no blanket, no nothing. And in the other bed, surely lies a little 8-year-old tiefling boy sleeping.
Invisibility would leave. And I would just, for both of us, for Lyra and Min, would you mind listening down if
No,
anything gets moving?
I'm taking care of this. Yeah.
I will try not to scare the living frick out of the boy.
I'll wait outside.
I will just lean the door. I will not close it completely. And slowly walk forward towards the bed, but calling his name in a settled, low voice, like, Ruben, don't be scared. It's Lyra. Wake
Ruben wakes up. So how long has it been? It's been 2 years since he saw
up.
you?
Around 2 years, yeah.
And you only saw you for about 5 weeks.
Yeah, so he knows me, honestly. I think in
Were you
this
being nice to him?
situation, I was nice to him. I treated him well. I helped him. I shared the things I have. Maybe he even has a toy because Lyra gave him one from the 3 or 4 that she has. Because she was old enough that, like, if she had, like, a roughed up teddy bear or so, she would have maybe left it with him.
Okay, so he's got a teddy bear, roughed up one, and it's called Mr. Porterson.
Yeah. And that was Lyra's, because when she ran away, she was basically adult. So there was no need for a plush.
So he's
anymore.
holding on to a little teddy bear that you can tell, yes, it's roughed up, but he's been taking really good care of Mr. Porterson. And he wakes up and he's like,
Shh, I'm sorry to wake you.
and he holds up Mr. Porterson in front of his chest.
You took care of him. He looks amazing.
Lyra, what are you doing here?
I want to offer to take you away from here. If you want.
But where would I go?
To a little town called Hamlet. I have a shop there. It's a beautiful little village. And no, you don't have to work there. You can just stay. And we will be a little bit of a patchwork family. There are a lot of kids there. You could go to school.
Roll persuasion with advantage, please.
25.
Okay, so
And
basically,
she honestly means it. Her idea
Yeah.
is to take the boy to her house, even though honestly there is probably not even a room, but we will figure it out.
well, I mean, you are dealing with somebody who has basically, you may even be suffering from Stockholm syndrome and thinking, well, it's not that bad because Casimir at least keeps him alive, but of course you also realize it's a question if he realizes how bad he has it, because he came from somewhere, and the question is if he was an orphan to begin with and living rough in the streets.
Casimir always collected kids from the streets.
So for him this is a step up, but now you are here, and obviously you left Mr. Porterson with him, and you are being very persuasive, and possibly the last 2 years have been better than living rough on the streets, but also maybe not as good, considering that probably Casimir has quite a temper.
Yeah, so he treated Lyra and Ruben as well more like slaves, but in a keep them healthy because they need to make
Yeah,
the show
yeah.
slave, but keeping them also small, like no one will give you a home, you will die out in the street, and
Yeah.
you should not be there,
Keeping them
and
down
you are
psychologically.
nothing, and exactly. So that even more than really hurting them.
Yeah.
So it was more like getting them in the corner of they don't see a way out and
Yeah.
they just have to stay.
Okay, so basically you have persuaded him, and he says, all right, then. Okay.
Anything you want to pack?
I have
a
nothing.
friend
I'm just gonna
outside in the
grab my
hallway.
clothes. But Mr. Porterson has to come.
Yes, obviously.
And I've got a little backpack. So he packs a little backpack and he puts in all his clothes. And like you said, he does have changes of clothes, which not everybody does. And they look quite decent because they're
Clean,
his shop clothes, and he puts them on. And he also has a pair of shoes, which is, even like, not as common. And he basically doesn't put them on, but he puts them in the backpack because then he makes less noise.
Yeah,
when he
because
goes
in the
down.
shop we would wear shoes for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But of course, when he's not wearing shoes,
Yeah.
he's more quiet.
That totally makes sense.
Okay.
And I will just carry him. I will
Okay.
just grab him. I will give him a hug.
Okay, then make a stealth check. So your plan is to take him outside.
Yes, so plan is to stealth downstairs toward the store. Send him outside, tell him to hide around the corner
And wait for you.
and wait for us.
Okay, so make a
And
stealth
I just
check.
need to double check one thing. It's just to touch. He does not need to stay. She will, when we're still upstairs, she will be like, and I will turn all of us invisible. Don't be creeped out. But the good thing is, if you walk outside and hide, no one will literally see you. Except you say something. Like there's a lantern post like right off the store. If you turn right when you leave it, he knows probably exactly which lamppost I mean. Wait there, and we will be in a little bit. And she would turn all of us invisible.
Okay, so you're invisible again. Please stealth.
Yes. So stealth again with advantage.
Okay,
23.
very good. So you make your way down the stairs. You put him outside. He follows your your directions. He walks around and hides behind the corner. And then Min says to you, all right, then now for the big guy.
Yes.
You go to so it's basically one of those trapdoors that leads into
Yeah.
the setup.
It's not hidden, but it's like the wooden thingy with a
The
little
question is, would
handle
it
that you
even
have
be
on the
closed
floor.
when he's down there?
Yes, because
Okay.
he does not want to be disturbed.
So you open the trapdoor.
Because honestly, what he's doing is probably in a lot of faces around him not a good thing, because there are circle and signs drawn on the wall and so on.
Okay, so you open the trapdoor.
Very carefully and peek. Because it's literally like a little wooden step and then you're in the room. So it's not like a cellar.
It's not a
far
ladder,
away.
but it's actually a staircase. Yeah.
It's a little staircase, but
Yeah.
made of wood, leading
Yeah.
into the room that is a little bit bigger than the room that we are just coming
Okay.
out of.
So you open the door, the trap door, you look inside, and he is down there. He's working at his workbench. He's concocting some kind of potion or something.
We will very sneakily try to go downstairs. And
Sneakily go downstairs.
Lyra would close carefully the trap door behind him. Because we're invisible. So
And
best
then
case,
what
he
is your
does not
plan of
realize.
attack? Because, I mean, just remind me, when you cast a spell or when you attack, your invisibility drops, correct?
As soon as we attack or cast a spell, invisibility drops.
Okay, so
The
considering...
idea is to
Yeah.
get behind him, both of us.
Well, he is standing with his back towards you. Because I envisage this, there's the staircase, and then there's a wall, and against this wall is his workbench. Then
Yeah.
in front, because you said the room wasn't that big, so between the staircase and the workbench is like his pentagram that he would be
Yes,
using
exactly,
to call demons or whatnot.
And then shelves on the other
yeah,
walls with ingredients and things.
Yeah. So basically, he is standing with his back to the staircase that you're coming down.
And we will try to be behind him because Min needs to get close too.
Yeah.
And she would just whisper, or she would have whispered to Min before going down, wait on my command.
All right. Then you are standing behind Casimir. What are you doing?
She would do two things. And one thing she would... Although Min would take damage as well. Freaking hell. The 10-foot radius is not helping. Because she would stand next to me if we want to get to him, because he's against the wall.
Okay, but I mean, let me just, I mean, because you would have had 4 hours to discuss what you were going to do.
Yeah.
Because the idea was that if he is downstairs in the basement, you would know what it looks like and would say, okay, well, basically, we need to try to get behind him. Run by me what you're planning on doing.
She would definitely, show up with... I'm debating if radiant lighting...
Yeah.
The mom light thingy or the angry necrotic. Probably the angry necrotic thingy, although that doesn't do damage. It just
And
gives
also,
you
if he's like you, then
fright.
necrotic doesn't, you never cared for necrotic damage, did you?
No, it's not doing. It's giving you the frightened condition.
And how would that help? What does that do? He gets a disadvantage to...
Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and he can't move closer towards Lyra, which doesn't make a difference because she's standing right next to him. But the disadvantage and ability checks and attack rolls would be good.
And it would also mean that Min would be at a disadvantage with everything she does. Okay.
So she would...
Okay, now one question. Attack rolls, but not when he casts spells. So when he does an Eldritch Blast, for example, there's no attack roll.
It should also be attack.
Is it?
Because it's a spell attack.
Okay.
It goes for that as well. But she would... She would not... discussing this with Min, just like a cutscene in the past when we were sitting in the room... I think Min would point out, just use your wings. That's impressive enough. Because the wings would not hurt, it would not hinder. It's still an impressive sight. I think we would then go with that. Because having the wings out does not hurt or do anything. Except maybe irritating him seeing that. Because he's never seen that from her.
Okay, so basically when you have your wings out, mom wings, what happens? You're just being
I can
impressive?
fly. Yeah,
You can
I can
oh,
fly.
oh well,
I just
okay,
have
that's
I
okay.
just have the crow wings, and technically I can fly, which
But you
I do
still
not
have
need
your
down here.
arms, right?
Yes,
Okay.
they grow out of my back.
Does that actually hurt?
No, they're magical. I don't think
Okay.
they do.
Okay. Okay, then you basically stand, but as soon as you sprout your wings, as it were, you also become visible.
Yeah, I think it would start with, she would say, and now you die. And then she would just stand there, wings coming up, and they are black wings. And then she would use the ring to ram him against the workbench and the wall.
Okay, then do that. Use the ring. That's your action.
And
And
with
then
that,
it's Min.
I would be appearing. Min is still invisible. He has no
yeah.
freaking clue she is there because she has not done anything. So Ram's ring. Did I copy it over? I was smart. I did. 16 would, I guess, hit him probably.
He can't wear armor, can he? He's not wearing armor, so it's basically his dex
He should
modifier.
be able to white light. As a warlock, you can wear light armor.
Okay, yeah, but he's not wearing armor because he's at home. I would assume that he's not wearing armor. So your armor class is usually 10 plus your dex modifier.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you roll? Sorry.
16.
Yeah, that hits.
Then he's taking 12. It's force damage. I didn't put that in there. I should do that. No, I didn't put it in here. And I think he needs to do a saving throw. Let's see.
What is a sorcerer? What is a warlock's hit die? Is it a D6? I believe so.
Let me double check with my old character sheet. It's a D8.
Okay, let me just do something real quick because he needs stats. Okay, so how much damage did you do?
12 force damage. And he's pushed back 5 feet, which is not, so he's just being pushed into the workbench.
Well, I mean, he's now kind of held in place there, so he's kind of in order for him to move, he will need to basically succeed at a strength save. So basically, however, he is completely taken aback. So now it is Min, and Min will first of all take an unarmed strike, and she has 2 attacks. First one on a 15 hits, and she does 6 force. Second attack on a 12, that barely hits, but still barely is still a hit. 10. And then she does Flurry of Blows as her bonus action, which means she can spend 1 focus point to make 2 unarmed strikes. Number 1 on a 15 is a hit. And number 2 on a 19 hits as well, and that's 8 points of damage. Wow, you two have been doing quite a lot of damage to him. And he says, "You." And basically he okay, let me just check. That's okay, that's 25. Okay, give me a tip about armor of Agathis. It says protective magical frost surrounds you. You gain 5 temporary hit points. Using a higher level spell slot, the temporary hit points and the cold damage both increase by 5 for each spell slot above level 5. So does that mean when I cast at 5th level, I gain 25 temporary hit points?
Yes.
Okay, so he casts that 26. Um,
And if we hit him,
yeah.
then we take damage. Okay.
But only if it's melee.
Yeah, which we are both directly next to him in melee.
Yeah, and that is 5 cold damage. That would be 25 cold.
Yeah.
Oh,
moly.
wow. Okay. So that's his thing. That's what he does, because the only other action he could take is...
Oh, can I try to counterspell this?
Please do. It's a 5th level spell.
Then I think I need to roll something. Let me see. If the creature's casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, no, it's not. If it's casting 4th or higher, make an ability check. DC plus the spell's level. So I need to get a 15.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. What do I roll? Make and check using your spell casting ability. So it's a blank charisma roll. Okay, let's give it a try. No, he can cast.
This is how this works. It's not a... It's not the spell casting modifier. It's just the... Okay.
It
Yeah.
at least it says in the description, make an ability check using your spell casting ability, which is charisma. I think it's that because it's not an attack.
No. When I'm reading counterspell, it says reaction which you take when you see a creature within 60 feet of yourself casting a spell with verbal, somatic, or material components. You attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. The creature must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the spell dissipates with no effect, and the action, bonus action, or reaction used to cast it is wasted. If that spell was cast with a spell slot, the slot isn't expended.
That is the new role in 2024, right?
It's
It's not the old one.
Okay.
The counterspell is let me put the description in. That is the excuse me. That is the description, the official one.
Okay, but considering that we are using 2024, we will use this. So he needs to...
Is it really 2024 is the question?
Yes, this is... We have been using this completely in 2024.
Okay.
Sorry, what was the question you were asking?
You say it's a Legend Keeper. I'm not sure where it's from. So
It's from 2024. I just checked.
It weirds me out that they changed it so much.
Well, but I mean, when you Google it and you say counterspell 2024...
The creature must make a Constitution save on a failed save. A save against what?
Against your
Oh, they really changed it completely. Because in the old version, if it's level 1, 2, 3, it's an auto work. You can always do counterspell. There's no rolling. If it's a higher one, usually I have to roll because I need to make the spell strong enough to stop them. They changed that to who's doing the casting needs to do a Constitution save.
Well, you know how they changed it. It's like you're attacking somebody when they're casting. Then they need to do the con save. And if they are warcaster, then they would get a...
Let's
so we will
that.
do it like this.
Then he needs to make a Constitution
so
save
his
against
con
17.
is 15, so he does, and he's not proficient in it because usually warlocks are not proficient in Constitution.
15 would be a +2, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a +2. So let me just check. So that's easy enough. We're gonna do a...
That is interesting. They changed that one.
But this is a change that I actually get behind. That makes sense.
I'm not sure. I'm undecisive yet. I would need to think about it if it's better or just different.
Well, because in a way, it's like you use your own magic, and it's like you're attacking them. Just like when you...
Yeah, I think in the past, counterspell, the higher the level spell was, the more difficult it was to stop it.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't matter if it's a level 1 or level 8 spell. It's
Yes, you're
exactly
right.
the same thing you need. Which is like, why wouldn't you do a counterspell on like a cantrip or level 1 thing? It's an easy thing. I like the idea that the higher the spell,
The more
the more
difficult it becomes.
complicated it gets. I like that idea more than it doesn't matter if you cast Mage Hand or Finger of Death. It's just the same throw. It's I'm not sure. Let's give it a try.
No, I get what you're saying, but anyway, he rolled an 8,
Okay.
so
It fizzles out, but he is not losing
he
his
also
spell slot.
doesn't lose the spell slot though.
But I'm losing my spell slot. So I
Yeah,
should cross that out.
and now it's and now we're gonna go by the so basically Lyra goes first, then it's Min, and then it's Casimir, and we are now at the top of the order. It's your turn.
Okay, so the counterspell also, Lyra would be like, no, 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 don't you dare. And also, again, that would be something she would just do. I think she had it before as well. I'm not sure if she had counterspell, to be honest. I think she did. She never had to use it. And she will cast magic missiles at him. She doesn't have the wand, but she understood by now how it goes and how it works. And to her own surprise, I think she's just thinking about it and just like, and we see missiles going at him because they are always a hit. At least in the old version. It's a good
They
question.
still are.
Okay, good. Because I just used Roll20 to pull it in, and it's definitely the 2014, the old version. When you cast a spell, more dart, so I can do it on level 5, which is then we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 magic missiles going at him.
So 7d4s.
See. So, just double check. That's just one. But yeah, 74s makes... It's always plus 1. So it would be 74s plus 7. Let me see. This is a d4 plus 1. Yeah, it is. So, let me find Roll20 back again. Where's my window? There it is. So I rolled 1 already, so I will roll 6 more, and it will be plus 6. So we have 29 points of force damage.
Okay, let me just check something real quick.
And
Okay.
I still, yeah.
Okay, then that's what you do. Do you do anything else?
That's all I can do.
Now it's Min. First attack, 21 hits. That's 11 force. And then she attacks again. 12 is a hit.
We are flanking. It's natural 20.
Oh, okay, then he's down. Because he had 11 hit points left and she just did up 9 plus 2. That's an 11. And since you actually whittled down all of his temporary hit points when you threw 7 missiles at him, you took away his 25.
He didn't have them because he couldn't cast a spell, remember?
Oh, okay. Well, he was. Yeah, you're right. I had already basically done the math. No, you killed him, and she killed him deader. Because you did 26, 29. You killed him. She didn't even get to do this. So it never happened. You killed him. He's dead in front of you. Well.
Now the spotter can have him. Enjoy, buddy.
Okay.
And she will move his body to the middle of the circle. And then she will have a snoop around through his books and notes if there's anything useful, especially like how to do candy. She will try to find.
Give me an investigate check.
Let's see how it is. Nah, not really with an 8.
Natural 20.
Min. Eagle eye.
Well, actually, no, because that's really bad for her. It's intelligence. She has a 0 on intelligence, but she does
rolled a
find
natural
stuff. So she
20.
finds a book. It's kind of like a cookbook, and she leaves through it and she says, "This may be of interest to you." And she hands you. It's a handwritten book where he basically wrote down his
That's
recipes.
That's it. Thank you. And let's just go.
She also says, "Oh, look." And she moves around a little bit, some of the things that are basically in one of the shelves, and you see a couple of diamonds. He doesn't need them anymore.
No, I would also go upstairs, the cash register. Grab the money he has.
They look shiny, and she just pockets them.
And we will leave him down here in the middle of the circle.
What's going to happen when you're standing in the middle of the circle or lying there?
I don't know, but I guess it would be an easier entrance for Desparta if he wants to join and get him.
Okay. Is that how this works? When you die, your fiend patron gets you?
It could also be that the patron... Oh, Lyra will stop in the middle before we walk outside. I will be right back. Just go ahead.
So you want her to go upstairs?
No, outside.
Outside?
Okay, no, upstairs and outside.
Okay.
So Lyra wants to stay back in the cellar for a minute.
So shall I wait? Shall I go and find Ruben?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so she goes outside.
Lyra had the mind. It's Desparta. Desparta can bring him back if he wants to.
Oh, he can raise the dead.
I'm quite sure if he wants to. He should be strong enough to do that.
Probably.
Lyra will, with a little bit of disgust, will behead.
How? You don't have a weapon?
That is very true. I'll have a dagger, but the dagger will not be strong enough for
Well,
that.
I mean, it would take a very long
Yeah,
time.
very
Do you
long
think that
time.
there's an axe somewhere in the house for chopping wood or something?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
The question is, do we just go to the top of the stairs and cast fireball?
Yeah, that's... But then, the poor buildings next door. I think she would. Just that he cannot be saved, burned to crisp. She would basically cast fireball and she would close the trapdoor. It would still catch fire and slowly burn up. And then she would leave the store. She would grab the coinage she can find in the register. And then she would see if she can find Min and Ruben.
You do find you find a completely kind of like distracted Min. You didn't introduce them. She went outside and she failed her persuasion test. He ran. She says, "We need to run."
But he
Can you
saw
run?
her.
No, because she waited outside. You said shh, and you went in. She waited outside and
But
listened
I
down.
told him my friend Min is waiting outside.
Okay, so let's hope that he realized this and remembered her.
Because if not, it will be impossible to find him.
Well, this would be a chase through the night. Okay, I'll give her advantage on the roll. No, it's fine. It's fine. I didn't realize that you said that. You said that. So okay, he's there.
And he can't get to you now. So let's get to our place, and tomorrow we will leave town.
Okay, you get to your place. You go inside. You go to your room.
Yep.
Do you want to, because now it's about 2 o'clock in the morning, because you went there at midnight.
Yes, I would for sure make sure that the boy gets one of, because we only have a room with 2 beds, he would get a bed. Just covering him up, making sure he has the bear. And I would probably sit watch and give Min the chance to get some sleep as well.
Make a constitution save.
No.
You fall asleep.
Okay. Sitting on a chair, like leaning on the windowsill, just like.
And as you're leaning on the windowsill, you get a crick in the neck, but then again, the sun comes up, the sun's rays. You still have to get used to the fact that now there's always sun during the day, because Stamirahod was kind of, towards the end, it was getting better, but still. And you're woken by the fingers of the new Aurora. Not Aurora.
Sun?
When the sun comes up. The first rays. And yeah. And it gets a little bit warm on your face, and you wake up, you open your eyes, and you can see the sun.
I would just stretch, moan probably a little, because everything is hurting, and just have a peek if my friends are both still in bed, if they are there.
Yeah, they are both still there, and they're both sleeping.
Okay. I would just sit and wait for them to give them a little bit more sleep. We will not sleep in to make it very, very late, but to give them at least like half an hour more or so.
Min does wake up, and so does Ruben.
Should we get some breakfast and then Buttercup, and maybe we can buy 1 or 2 more things on the list and then leave?
Sure, do you want to eat downstairs? She looks at the boy, because people might know him. Or do I just go down and bring some food up?
Oh, going down and bring some food up would be probably the smartest way to go.
So she looks at him and she says, so how about something that I learned you guys really like here? It's called waffles.
He will probably be happy with whatever she offers, but waffles is something I don't think he ever had.
So she goes downstairs.
But he knows what it is, probably, because he's seen it.
Do you eat waffles?
Yes.
Okay, so she goes down.
Definitely would love waffles.
Okay, and then she comes back with waffles for everybody, tea, and coffee for you and herself, and milk, and sugar, and there's kind of like, it's really, and there's honey and clotted cream, and you have a feast, and he enjoys it. He makes sure that Mr. Porterson also gets something to eat. Mr. Porterson eats very slowly, but is also well fed.
That's good.
And then he looks at you and he says, so where do we go now?
To a little village called Hamlet. We have a house there. We have a little shop that keeps us running. As you said, you don't have to work there. And we will manage to get a room. We just had our friend Ruto also to join. So we will need to see. And we also have a cat. She's called Darling. And when we go downstairs, you will meet Buttercup, our pony.
You have a pony?
Yes.
So
you don't have to walk. You can clearly ride the way to Omelette. It's like a day away from here. Not too far.
All right. And Min looks at you and she says, I've already paid. We can just go straight out. Nobody needs to see him.
Perfect.
and you leave. You take Buttercup, you take all of the wares that you've already bought, put them in the wagon, and then basically you buy a couple of more things, and then you leave. And as you leave town, you then basically allow him to sit on the wagon where he can be seen. You kind of do try to hide him while you're still in the town, because it would be very weird, because at some point somebody will notice what's happened, and then if they know
Yeah,
that,
we would also give him at least like a travel coat with a hood that he can put over, just like leaning forward a little bit, and he can sit on the cart. He's small enough for sure. With like 8 years, he's not too big. But then as soon as we leave, we would put him up on Buttercup, and he can also get the hoodie off and enjoy the view on the way back to Hamlet.
And he certainly does. What is he like? I mean, do you think he's more like a quiet boy, or is he very talkative, or is he maybe still kind of like musing because he is, I mean, this is new, and he's like in a really weird situation now.
I think he's quiet. He learned to keep his head down and just listen and just look and pay attention. I think he's quiet. Who would not be quiet would be Lyra. She would be talking to Min like, did you see? I can still do magic. It feels
Yes.
It feels different.
How? Tell me. She's very interested.
Before it was, more like always fire and anger behind this. And a good portion of fear, I think, as well. And this, it's more like a warm embrace.
She smiles at you and she says, well, it's your mother.
Seems like it. That is... I honestly thought magic would be done with me.
She says very quietly, well, whether you like it or not, you're not just Lyra.
I know.
As Ruta would put it, you have a lineage. And I know that you don't want to hear it, and I know that you don't think you should be proud of it. And maybe one can't be proud of just the fact that one was born of another.
It's not that I'm not proud of it. I don't want to be defined by it. And when people hear princess, they define me just by title.
And I totally get that. I understand it's different where I come from, where these things really matter. And I understand that this is not your thing.
Well, they matter here, but not in a good way.
But this gift that you have, it doesn't define you.
It does a bit, but in a good way.
Yeah.
As you said, it's my bloodline, and I'm quite thankful for it. I just don't want to hang it outside, because people will treat me differently and not treat me like a fellow just citizen. A princess has no home at a little village. A princess belongs in a mansion or a castle. That's what people have in mind. So the question would be, why am I there? And rumors would start, and it would cause problems.
I get it.
Okay.
That's why I'm not going to call you princess, although you are.
And Lyra is totally aware that Reuben heard every single word of it, which is fine.
And then Min says to you, where I come from, we have an emperor.
Whoa. Is it a male? Is it like a king?
He's higher than a king, he would say.
But not like a god, right?
No, he's the son of a goddess.
So kind of like a god.
Descended from
Although
a god.
descended from a god. Huh. Powerful, for sure.
Because although you are descended from your mother, you are not like her.
Thank goodness not.
No, I mean, seriously, you are a human, are you not?
I don't know, to be honest. Maybe not a full human?
How, I mean, okay, it's difficult to ask you how you feel because you just feel like yourself. You don't feel any different, do you?
I just feel free. I think that's the only change. It's a good change.
And she looks and she says, well, but you are somehow Fae, are you not?
I honestly don't know. Maybe, kind of. There's definitely something like this in
And then she stops in her tracks and she says,
my blood.
who's your father?
I have no idea. Maybe one day I should talk to Mom about it.
Yes. Wouldn't you like to know?
Maybe one day. Let me process what I have now. And then we will see.
All right.
So how do we do it with the beds? We don't have an additional room, though there is the attic. It's dusty and dark there, but maybe we can fix it up and make it his room? What do you think?
When you say dark, does it mean it doesn't have any windows?
It has just a little round one at each end.
Well, I'm pretty sure I can add some. I could break through the roof and make dormer windows. I'm
What
a
do you think,
carpenter.
Ruben? Would you like a room up on top? What do you think?
So it means that I can actually look out of the window and see all around me.
That is the idea, yes.
Can Mr. Potterson come too?
Well, obviously, he's not leaving your sign.
And he
And
looks
you
at
can
Mr.
pick and
Potterson.
choose how we furniture everything.
And the two of them have like a conversation going back and forth about how good it would be to live in the attic and what they would do, and and so basically Mr. Potterson and Ruben agree that living in the attic would be super.
Okay. So for a while, you will probably have to stay with me, but I think we will manage. And you will.
What do you mean
I'm
stay with you? Like in your house?
Well, obviously you're staying in
But
my
what
house.
what do you mean for a while? I mean, what comes after
No,
that while?
no. I mean basically my bed, my room, we will have to share because we will not change the attic in a day. It will take a few days. Or we arrange something else. Because you need to sleep somewhere where it's soft and cozy.
Min is looking at the sky and she's basically talking to herself a little. You can hear that. And she's like, yeah, well, we could.
You're not sleeping outside. Don't you think about it, Min?
No. I'm thinking about how long it will take me to make the dormer windows.
Well, you take your time to make it precious and proper, and we will try to help as best as we can. Because I think
we will need to buy wood.
Yeah, that is easy to get by. I think the window and the glass will be the problem. That might be something that we need to talk to the traders with, if they have something there or if they can grab some if the next one goes through.
Yeah.
We will arrange something.
Well, we will just I will just make wooden shutters.
That would help in the beginning, yes.
Yeah, and it's coming up to summer anyway, so it
Yeah,
won't be that
anyway.
problematic. So yeah,
Yeah.
and we will just put up a couple of curtains so that will, so that during the day it's bright and at night it's dark and closed and doesn't get cold. Yeah, so it'll probably take me about a week or so.
Yeah, and then we can maybe also ask if someone can make or we should get a proper bed frame for Ruto as well.
Oh, I can make that. I'm a carpenter.
I know, but you can't do everything at the same time.
But I'll take it one step at a time.
Okay, so
The
maybe
room has
then-
to be ready first before we can put in the bed.
True.
So we will first get the room ready, then I will make the bed. Making a bedstead isn't, I mean, I would suggest that we actually put the wood up into the attic first, because then I will make the bedstead there. It's easier than actually putting it up through the, I mean, it wouldn't fit through the trapdoor anyway.
That is true. And for Ruto, we will see if he wants to wait, or if not, we can give the carpenter a task anyhow. They are happy to help for sure.
Of course. And then you arrive in the evening, you bring your wares to the trader, you leave the cart with them. They are pretty happy. They go, well, you didn't really get everything, did you?
And no, because
They were
didn't
out
have-
already?
Yeah, they were out, and ordering would have taken a few days, and we didn't have the time to stay that
All
long.
right, yes, of course, of course. Well then, thank you very much anyway.
Thank you so much. Also, just asking if we need glass for windows. Would you have some, or could you have a peek on if other traders come in, if there is a chance they could
Roll a
order
d20 for
that?
me. Yeah, on a 14, yes, they do. But it's like, those, I don't know what the English word is for Butzenscheiben. So this really thick glass that is kind of smallish and that you put into frames. And they say, yeah, they have enough for 2 windows.
Okay.
Yeah. That's actually quite expensive, though, because
Yeah,
that's
it's
the one thing that
expensive.
isn't made here. But you can get that. Yeah.
It's a question how much money we got from Casimir. Especially with maybe also money thrown. Yeah, we will see.
Let me see how much money you got. That is 90 gold.
Okay.
That's quite a lot of money.
That's quite a good amount of money, yes.
Okay, so you basically show Ruben where he can stay. Ruben is very fascinated by Ruto, which, okay, he's a giant mouse. So yeah, the two of them talk. He loves Darling. He is in love with Buttercup. He's essentially in love with everyone. And on a 25, that's window number 1. And on a 26, the 2 windows that she makes, the dormer windows, are really, really excellent.
Awesome. So while she's doing that, Lyra would also take effort into cleaning, clearly, and prepping it the best she can. Also, she would go through the book and see what she can get together to get in stock for her store.
You learn how to, and you can actually add this to your abilities. You can make 50 candies in a batch, and you can have 3 different flavors, if you like, out of those 50 per
Okay.
batch, and a batch takes 2 days to make.
Write that down. 2 days to make.
And that is essentially like it's like a spell. It would be handled like a spell, and you consume ingredients, and the ingredients cost 3 gold per batch. So if you want to, you can just basically cast it like a spell. You have to remove 3 gold from your pocket, as it were, to get the ingredients, and then you have 50 of these in 3 flavors, and you just have to decide which flavors you want.
Lovely.
Oh, well, flavors, the abilities that they have, because I believe you have a table that you roll on.
I have it somewhere, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's on my own computer.
Yeah.
Ingredients, 3 gold pieces. Okay, perfect. So I would start to work on them in parallel a little bit here and there. And clearly showing Ruben around that he knows where he's settled at the moment, that he is meeting the kids.
Okay, they
Also
will start
asking-
school again with the village elder. Do you enroll him?
I would ask Ruben if he wants to. I would force basically nothing on that boy, but I would ask if he would be interested.
What do you
in
think?
learning
Would he
things.
want to?
Yes, quite sure.
Okay, then he's very happy.
The thing he will see in school, he learned quite a bit from Casimir because it's helpful for the shop to read and to write, which is something that probably not every kid his age already can do.
And he probably can also do some basic arithmetic, adding
Yeah,
and
math,
subtracting.
adding, subtracting, so things like that he would definitely be able to already do, so it's easy for him to slip in. Because with like 8 years, the others would already have school for like 1 or 2 years. And I
Is he
think-
magical? Are
We don't know.
tieflings naturally magical? No, they are just like you and me. Well, not like you, because you are magical.
They have abilities, like say it like that. Like every race has abilities.
Okay, but they're not magical by nature.
They have demon blood.
Okay. So he's demonic.
I think every tiefling. I think it's demon blood. Infernal. They live a bit longer. They usually chaotic alignment. They can see extremely well in dark and dim conditions. They have resistance to fire damage. That is, I think, and he can talk infernal, which makes sense because Casimir would talk infernal as well. But the interesting part, he would have resistance to fire damage. And I think that tiefling have hellish rebuke. I'm not sure. I think they do.
Okay.
Let me see. Is there anything in here? Hellish resistance? At least it's not in here. So maybe not. And I'm not sure it's with 24. I didn't look at
Yeah.
tieflings.
Okay.
the
Okay, but
24
it's
version.
not like he can cast spells. He would have to learn this somehow.
He would lean to learn that. So fire is something that he's not really afraid of. He knows that he's not being hurt as quickly as others. And I think if someone really, as I said, I think the hellish rebuke is there. So it might be that in case he's really in danger, he just
Okay,
snaps
so now
once.
my question is, you know magic.
Yes.
Can you teach magic to others?
No.
Only wizards can do this.
Yes.
Okay, so he
And
can't learn it
also-
from you.
Wizard can only teach it other wizards.
Okay, but he couldn't become a wizard just watching you.
I don't think so because my magic is coming from my blood.
Okay. Okay, so we've now basically, so we've got like a tiefling child that is going to school with other children of halfling and
Yes, and
human
it
stock.
It does. It also has the same height as it. Tieflings are not bigger usually, and the only thing is the question. No, I think brewing potions. If I do something like that, that is something he can do as well because it's just mixing ingredients. But generally, he can just grow up like a normal child and decide what he wants to do.
Okay, cool.
And maybe he has some magic in him. We don't know. I never defined what his story is. Because Lyra honestly does not know what his story is.
And he's also quite young.
He's quite young. He's 8 years old. I think he's warming up and he's showing a bit more of a bubbly personality with every day he's here, especially also hanging out with the other kids.
Yeah. What you do notice, however, is he very much likes to cuddle with you in the evenings and listen to stories or you reading a book to him. So he really wants to sit on your lap and just basically look at picture books with you. So that's something that he really, really, really wants.
Lyra will happily do that. She's trying to take care everyone who's in her house now. So making sure Ruto's fine, making sure Min is fine. Well, darling, as best as possible.
As long as you
From
pay the
time-
cheese tax.
Yeah, from time to time she will be annoyed because we are not doing what she wants to, but we will all have to live with that. And I think the next weeks are mainly for Ruben to slowly settle, for Min to work on the house. Also improving then our living situations with proper bed frames for Ruto, for the boy, the windows, just to get everything set up for big or little mixed family.
What you
a
notice
mixed family we are.
is that Min actually really she will take help from the carpenters with the heavy stuff where you say you need 2 people to basically, but usually she does everything else on her own because she really, this is her thing. That's also what she
And she will have a free hand. She can do
Yeah.
however she wants and likes because Lyra has no idea of that.
And once she is done with that, she will actually ask the carpenter if she can work for them and make some money because you realize this whole selling stuff in a shop, that's not her thing. Yes, she can stand behind the counter and she can look at the list of goods and then read how much they are and then basically ask people for money and then, give them change. But it's not her. She's able to do it, but she's not happy doing it.
I think she would be more around helping people if they need help with anything, like the older ladies if they need something heavy carried.
Yeah.
Or
And
thing
also
like that.
she
I
does
see that
like,
maybe more
she
for-
works for the carpenter, basically walking around, fixing roofs, and that's what she does. So
Yeah.
she's outside a lot.
That is totally fine.
Okay. And then spring turns to summer. And summer turns to winter. And we shall leave it here.
Yes. You
And we will-
survived the madness.
You survived the madness, and we will come back to Homlet to see how our heroines are doing because they've got a very long journey ahead of them. They want to go east to visit Min's home. And until then, we shall leave it, and we will leave Homlet in peace. Nothing's going to happen there. They will just have like normal life, working in the shop, dealing with customers, Ruto being a hero for the kids, and Ruben going to school, having a normal life for the first time ever. And yeah, and Min and Lyra coming to grips with the fact that they've had a really big adventure and that you are now a very different person, that you know more about yourself because you didn't really know where you
I
came
think
from.
Lyra would also take the time while we are in Homlet, like maybe also all together, or just maybe Ruben or Min if she wants to go in the woods, also collecting shrooms maybe, but
Of course.
also for Lyra to have a place where she can try out what magic she has, because she doesn't know what stayed, what changed, so she would carefully make her way through what she usually could do and learn a few things are not there anymore. and probably here and there by accident learning that she has new things. Like Bigby's hand, I think a throw are probably like a reaction when Min is dangling outside and maybe something falls off her hand down and Lyra is just, and she's trying to cast Mage Hand, but the bigger version shows up. So a few things will just appear by accident because Lyra is just like reacting without thinking. And so slowly she will grasp on what kind of magic she has now.
And Min will also work on her own abilities. She's also she's able to speak with you. You're the only one she can use her telepathy on. She's trying it on Ruto with like advance warning, but it doesn't work, and it also doesn't work on Ruben when she tries with advance warning. So it seems like for some reason you are the only one where what she should be able to do with everybody works. So she's kind of like a little bit sad because it means that when she gets back, she will not be able to tell her family that she's now cured. She isn't.
Well,
she's still not normal.
She's partly cured. It will be interesting to see if she can get the connection to her people. We don't know.
Yeah. She's not as optimistic as you are, but yeah. So that's it for A Murder of Crows. We will have to see what we call the next arc. But before we do that, we will go to Japan with Alice Baker and Dottie Williams. So thanks very much for playing. I hope you enjoyed it.
For going on this trip and looking out the adventure. It turned out much different than we planned, I think, in the beginning, but really fun.
Yeah. And we would like to thank all of our patrons and everybody who's listening or watching, and have a lovely rest of the day, night, whenever you're listening to this or seeing this. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
See you. Bye.